training. This is a total body workout that will max every muscle group that you have. So it's ideal if you're a basketball player, football player, soccer player.
Chest and shoulder movement. Most people neglect their tension in the abdominal muscles, the hips and the legs. Often they form an arched back and have a leg and body tension. To avoid this, tilt your pelvis backward and keep your butt squeezed tight. The movement gets a lot harder with this, but it's also more effective. The second point is the arm position. The arm position doesn't really matter in terms of the perfect execution. A perfect push-up can be done with a wide or a narrow grip, but it's important to place your wrists in a nearly vertical line under your shoulder when you do the standard push-up.
Squeezing, squeezing trying to get up. That's not the way we want to do it. A crunch should be nice and controlled, slow and controlled. One, slow on the way down, and up, slow on the way down. So in this exercise, your back never comes off the floor, okay? A crunch, your back never comes off the floor, and the isolated area that you're working is gonna be right here. Nice, slow, and controlled. And up. And up.
We're going to start with an overview of the squat mechanics so you know exactly what you're aiming to do. It'd be really effective if you can do this in front of a mirror or film yourself so you can understand where you are in space and where the potential areas that you need to focus are on. So Jacko's going to start off with the feet shoulder width apart, feet facing forward. We always set up like this for our squatting because it relates very well to what our functional pattern is going to be. If we're going to run or for just day-to-day life and function and performance, we want to be making sure that our feet facing forwards, and our progressions in calisthenics towards things like pistol squats aren't going to be done with the feet out. If you want to go on a back squat 150 kilos, maybe that's more beneficial, but for us, we're going to work toes in line. So if he starts off in this position, and Jacko's going to come through, he's going to just put his hands out in front of him. As he squats down from the front, the thing that we're looking at is that his knees stay in line with the toes. We don't want to see those start to collapse through. So give us another rep, Jacko. So if he comes down, the knees start to come together. We want to try and keep those out over the toes, and we'll do some work on the glutes and some range of movement in the hip flexors and the adductors to start to help that a little bit as well. The other thing that we want to be mindful of is, do those toes move? We talked about starting them off facing forwards. If we start to see them screw, and that's often combined with this inward rotation of the knees, we want to try and reset each time. The reason that's happening is because the body is taking the path of least resistance, and we're running into some restrictions and some tightness along the way, or some lack of control, which is causing the body to have to rotate and move joints, the knee and the ankle and the hips into different positions to try and find this end shape of the squat.
Okay, now Chrissy's going to demonstrate a mountain climber. It's great for a little cardio burst. Knee to chest, knee to chest. Notice how her hands are all the way flat on the mat. Chrissy, show the wrong way to do that, like up on your thumbs. Most people, when you go down for a mountain climber, will put their hands like this. For some reason that feels easier, but it's a great way to dislocate your thumb. So hands all the way down on the mat. Knee to chest, just like it's called, like you're running up a mountain.